You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Engston.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in rainy Scottsdale, Arizona, joined as always by the Goliath of Grit, Randy Engston. Special guest today flew all the way in from Brisbane, Australia. Wendy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so Wendy's in town for a custom lifecycle automation that we built out, and we're going to kind of give you a little review of that. But before we do that, I got to let everybody know on the big shift that we made to the automation workshop. With the coronavirus that everybody's freaking out about, we decided to take the workshop online, and instead of having everybody travel out here to Chandler and get germs on the plane, we decided to go ahead and do a virtual workshop, which now we can serve even more people. If you guys couldn't come out and get away from the gym, you can do this in the comfort of your own home in your gym, and we can build this out together online. So go to pfmarketingsolutions.com/automation. All the details are there. Reduced rate on the workshop for a limited time to get people involved in there. So it's actually a win-win. You don't have to save travel cash and save money on the ticket. So that'll be a virtual workshop.
April 23rd and 24th still.
April 23rd and 24th still. All right, so let's jump into this show. So Wendy, coming from Australia, we got to hear this. We got to hear a little bit of your backstory. Obviously, you're a gym owner, or else you wouldn't be here. But tell us a little bit about your story real quick, and then we'll jump into some Q&A.
Well, I've owned my gym 5 years, had no previous fitness experience or anything like that, so I left corporate world and looking for something a bit more flexible that would tick all the boxes for a young family. So that's kind of what got me involved. So a lot of my 5 years journey has been learning and seeing what works, and I guess that's kind of what brought me to you, in the fact that, spending so much time and effort and money on doing things and you're waiting to see whether it works, that gets a bit old at times. So time to bite the bullet and just get it done, and know that I'll be flying out of here with something just ready to put into place. So
absolutely. And Randy was just kind of popping on the back end of it. We have our kind of standard approach to the lifecycle automation, but we built on a bunch of cool extra features for you because you were here. Because your gym, just to kind of let everybody know, is a 24-hour access gym that you're bringing training in. You had it, but you want to grow it.
Yeah.
That training department, we want to get more people from the basic memberships into the training. And we needed to know who was who, and we need to be able to ascend them, and we wanted to make sure the system understood how to speak to these different clients differently. And I think we've done that pretty close. We got a couple loose ends, but we're there. How do you see that thing kind of helping you out over the long term?
It's just finished a headache for me, to be honest. So at the moment we've got systems in place, but it's never completely end to end. So you do little bits that will fix a certain problem, but I don't have a system that completely goes from end to end that I can use to capture every part of the business. So leads, ascension, customer retention, everything. So and I got more than I expected that I would. So a few extra things in there that I hadn't really thought of. And
that's the thing. We've gone through this thing end to end, like you said, and we've tried to figure out any possible situation where somebody would fall out of we call it ecosystem. But they came in as a lead, didn't book. Okay, what do we do with those people? They canceled their membership, but they we want them back. What do we do with those people that aren't ready now, but they want you to follow up with them? What do we do with those people? And somebody cancels their consultation, we want to go back and get them to rebook, and everything else in between. Obviously, the trials, the members. We also built in a kill tag in there, just in case we don't want to ever talk to anybody. So all this stuff is there and done. And yes, we kind of built on a little couple extra pieces to that, and that's what you get when you come here. So we can build out whatever we need to customize to your situation. So we're proud of it. I just wanted to share a little bit of your story and what you got out of it, because there's people out there that it's a little abstract. Like I was telling you about the cartoon that we're having made, because it is hard to understand. And when we went to dinner last night, you said, what did you tell me? You said, you were thinking about, you talked to Randy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously, what was big for you was that Randy wasn't pushing you to buy now.
Yeah.
Right? That was kind of what you said?
Yeah. And I had told you, I had been involved in a few previous gym coaches, and more often than not, I think you get through a process and it doesn't live up to what you expect, or you're left on your own. There's a bit of coaching and they've got you on board, and that's kind of the main aim. And this was completely not that. So, when I originally spoke to Randy, you pretty much laid it all out on the table and left it with me, which was something. I'm a bit of a processor, and I need time to understand what I need and how that will work for me specifically. So the more I thought about it, the more I just kept justifying, actually, this is going to be, in my business for the next 5 or 10 years, or if I choose to sell the business, it's an asset for my business. It's somebody coming in and saying, you know what, you don't have to touch anything. This is, I'm gifting you this system. So
yeah, that's huge. And you said something before we came in when we were finishing up, some of the build out. You said this isn't something that I have to look at next month and figure out how to go do something new. This is built into the business. It's going to handle those touch points for the length of that business, as long as you take this the distance, and that's huge. So. Yeah. What I loved about our conversation initially was you were completely transparent about that. You're like, I love this. It sounds great. Let me sit on this. Let me think about this. Let me see what it does for, what I can envision this doing for my business. And then you saw that and you made the decision, and here you are sitting halfway around the world.
You flew 23 hours. Not on one flight, but over the trip was 23 hours.
Yeah.
So that's a big commitment from, In being in Australia, we don't have all the tools we can use in the U.S., especially with the text message. So we had to bring in a whole nother, text messaging play that we've never seen before, that we figured out yesterday, and it's working perfectly. We got the emojis in there, right?
Yeah.
So we got that firing. We tested it, and we tested it, and we tested it. That just tells us that this thing can do a lot. It can do a lot. So, but you were telling me, like, this isn't, I guess you just said that, right? This isn't something that, it's going to work this month and not next month. But what you said before is this is an asset now. And anybody that's bought a gym, that has systems built into it, it's going to be worth more than just, hey, all the staff handles everything. That's a big difference between the systems handle everything or the staff handles everything, because in gym transitions, a lot of times the staff leave.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if the systems leave with that staff, you just have the building. I mean, you just have the gym, but you don't have the systems that go with it. So
that's huge.
Way to think
what's
about
really
that
funny?
through.
I mean, with every time that we've done these, I mean, there's probably 100 different gyms utilizing the CLA probably by now, and I don't think I've ever once thought about that situation. Like, what happens when that gym owner decides to sell this? That build out is as valuable as their entire client management software. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, it's such a big piece of the puzzle. And I'm like blown away over here that's never really dawned on me. Like, that is an asset to the business. It's not just a play. It's not just something that comes and goes. This is absolutely that close to the business itself.
Yeah. It's having the peace of mind too, because I do have part-time staff. And previously, how they are contacting clients and what they're saying, and that it's completely different.
Sure.
So now having not only the consistency, knowing that I'm catching all the leads, and we did have a really big campaign that was quite successful at the beginning of the year. And I know, hand on heart, we missed leads. They weren't being contacted for days. So it's that knowing that you're putting big money into Facebook or wherever you're putting it, and you're getting your leads and you're making it worthwhile. So knowing there's that consistency with leads and also across my staff has been invaluable, and I'm going to be really interested to see how much time we save.
Well, I can give you some early stats. Stats are as low as 20% booking on the first attempt. So when you have like the first attempt to try to get them to book, it's about as low as 20%. If you stop there, you've lost 8 out of 10 leads
already,
right? And then on top of that, let's just say of those 20% that book, there's an up to 50% cancellation no-show rate. So now we're down to 1 out of 10. If you spent $10 a lead, now you're spending $100 per show. You know what I mean? And then if your closing percentage is 50%, you got to get a $200 appointment to show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is going to help all those touch points. And we've all heard the whole a prospect needs to be touched seven times before, or see seven interactions with your company before they make a buying decision. I mean, obviously some are the first time and some are the 20th time. So they're saying the average is 7. So we've got more than 7 touch points in there. I think we have 40. I think we have 48 different text message campaigns in there, or text message blast different situations that could happen. So, hey, we got it done. What can I say? I think it's time for some whiskey.
There you go. Pour them up. What I love too, and this is a good example because of the custom route versus some of the other stuff. Coming from Australia, not having the full functionality of the Keep platform rolled out yet, there's still a solution out there.
Yeah.
We're still able to integrate with the softwares that are available, bring the final product to the same place. It just looks a little bit different along the way. You know what I mean? We've had other situations, and that's the beauty of having that complete custom option. You're not sitting there at home wondering, how do I make this work, or how can I get text message? We found a solution, we built it in, and now you have that available to you, day one.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, big thanks to Kelly for coming in yesterday and blasting out all those apps. But it's good. So tell us some more. So tell us a little bit about you. I think you said 27 acres and a horse. Bunch of horses.
Got a few horses and a few cows. So yeah, just moved to a big 27-acre property and just north of Brisbane. So
that's
loving
awesome.
that. My kids are really enjoying it. So they've picked themselves up for a couple of little dirt bikes, and they're living the dream.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's and really for you, your whole goal with owning the gym was to have a business that run without you involved.
Yeah.
Right? It's an investment.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're buying the asset. You was already existing, so you purchased it from somebody else. And so now you're working on those systems to even remove you further.
Correct.
It's funny because every email, we have to decide who the email's coming from. And every time I ask her, is that coming from you, Wendy? Nope. It's coming to my manager, to my manager, which is fine. That's the way that's your goal with the business.
Yeah.
And if that manager changes, we figured out a way. It's just, like a 2-second change, and then all the emails and all the text messages change. It's beautiful. So
Another big benefit of that platform.
she told me about last night we went to dinner or whatever. She told me about the cows getting out, running down the street.
That's what I was worried about this morning with the weather here, going crazy. Because everything went nuts in the last 48 hours. I was joking with Wendy. I was like, yeah, that's a perfect time to come in. Maybe we'll catch a spring training game. It'll be great. Flies here. We've got nothing but rain, hail today. Last 48 hours are miserable. Coronavirus has stopped spring training.
Yep.
We have absolutely nothing, but we can take it in great hikes if you want. I don't even think there's people on the trails maybe, but we'll bring an umbrella.
Yeah. Well, the plan is to leave tomorrow, but
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Tim's offered me accommodation. So
There you
I'm
go,
good.
yeah.
I'm
If
good.
you want to hang, we got plenty of whiskey to drink. We'll just hang out and just we can teach you all the American lifestyle all
That's
out
it.
here.
There you go.
You can learn how to lasso like that guy. So she told me the story. The cow got out. It was her new cow, and there was like a hole in the fence, and the cow was scared, and it's running down the street, and somebody posted it right on your community forum or
No,
whatever.
it was my neighbour that told me about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's probably in his 70s. He's just been around the block. He's old farm guy. So
Yep.
yeah. So he's pulled up in his ute and he's got his lasso out of the back.
Did
And
she say
nobody
in
does
his
this.
ute?
Ute.
His
His
ute?
ute. His ute.
For those that are listening, it's essentially a
truck.
It's a truck.
but it
But-
looks like
but
it's like an El
normal size.
Camino almost. Like a modern. They're built by major companies. We just don't have them here in the U.S. in the States. It drives me nuts because they're awesome vehicles.
But they don't have the big
But
trucks there either.
They do, exactly.
No.
Yeah, very few. What do we see? Like 3
Yeah.
the whole time we were there that were full size.
So tell a story about the neighbor.
Yeah, so he pulls up and he gets his lasso, which nobody does, by the way. This is not just something that people do when they're walking down the road. So he decides he'd lasso it, and then it's gone a bit wild and it's jumped up and landed on top of him, and some random person is standing there going, "Did you see that American? He lassoed that cow."
That
So
was
he's
fun.
assumed he was
I
American.
literally stand on my driveway. I watch all my neighbors do this. They rope every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day I can watch somebody rope. That's so
Yeah.
funny. I don't, that's
They're like,
the
"Did you
Americans are out.
Did you see John Wayne?
Yeah.
Well, awesome, Wendy. I know that it was an honor to have you out here. I know it was a big commitment for you, and I just want to share a little bit of your story and let the listeners know kind of how it went. I know we did a little mini testimonial, but this is a little bit better. Anything you want to add there, or no? We're good.
It's been fun. I'm going to come back just to hang out with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know?
let's do that.
That'll work, guys. Just to kind of wrap this up, go check out that CLA workshop at pfmarketingsolutions.com/automation. It is online virtual. Probably would have saved Wendy a lot of cash. However, we wouldn't have done a lot of the custom stuff either, so it's a win-win. We got it done. It's knocked out. So you can jump on there, check it out. Join us for the live workshop, and that's April 23rd and 24th. If you want what Wendy just got, we're just going to build it together over the internet, interwebs. Then you're going to want to jump into that workshop before ticket prices go up.
Yeah.
Right?
Or if you want to go one step further and get the full custom option, jump on a call. Let's discuss the business. So you can do that at pfmarketingsolutions.com/call, and I'll gladly walk you through how that works.
All right, Wendy,
Awesome.
thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, until next time,
Awesome.
guys, keep changing lives. We'll see you. Bye.